What's up, YouTube? This is TheBillyBobHD bringing you another Let's Play. Today I've got some more Hearts of Iron 4. We are playing as Legionary Romania. Last episode, we were continuing the war up here on the Eastern Front. Let's go ahead and unpause it. And I've drawn out a brand new offensive line here. However, we're waiting on some additional manpower in order to execute on that. So I'm still microing over here wherever I can. Makes sense to go ahead and move this guy ahead like this. So you can go ahead and move into that new territory for us. That would be great. And here, let me adjust the audio here really quickly. Awesome. And then we've got these two infantry divisions that are rolling in against this poorly supplied group of two Chinese divisions there. They're stacking up against us here in the center, but we're holding that just fine. They're not really counterattacking us too badly. And the good news here as well is that the Germans and Japanese have actually invested some divisions into this area, which I love to see, right? So I'm going to continue pushing forward with these three divisions like that. Hold on one second, guys. Let's switch up the audio. There we go. Make that music just a little bit louder for us. So they're going to go ahead and roll forward for me, which will be great. Let's double check over here on the Western Front, right? Because we do have these 8 divisions in Ireland that are helping to guard that for us. I've also got air superiority in Northern England and in Scotland up here. And we just finished nuking out a couple more locations in Scotland. And yeah, you can see the main cities up here towards the north have been nuked properly. We're 33% of the way onto another nuke there, which is fantastic. And if I check here, Southern England, they've got all of their fighters stacked up there. And then over here in the English Channel, we're trying to regenerate our jet fighter production. We're producing over 13.5 per day, but we still see a need of over 800 fighters there. And that's just because every time I stack up close to 1,000 over here in the English Channel, they invest a shitload in there and try to take that back from me, dirty assholes. Okay. Looking at resources now, we have a humongous need, right? So let's double check and see if any more steel has become available on the open market. Does not look like it, unfortunately. How about these other resources that we need? So we need some tungsten as well. Nothing showing there. Rubber is needed. Nothing there. Aluminum. Okay, we do have some aluminum on the open market that we could buy. So let's buy 3 more of those. So now that brings the need all the way down to 4, which is awesome. So the good news there is, we're at least going to get our jet fighter production up and running a little bit further, especially with this last one that we plugged 3 military factories into. So that moved it up to about less than 1 per month to over 3.1 per month, which is great. So still looking good through there. Back over here to the Eastern Front now. Alright. Yeah, they're still... Okay, now they're actually starting to stack up a bunch of units now along the front against us. Quite a bit actually. So they're reinforcing over here pretty heavily. These guys are still on the move now over here to this territory. This guy is rolling as well. Down to 74k now in manpower overall. We're experiencing some heavy attrition along these fronts as well. It is June of 1956, and that's just because there's almost no infrastructure over here in Siberia, where all the gulags are. This tank division, can you make any moves for us? Not really. This guy, he needs to gain some organization back before we can do anything with him. And so, I'm almost wondering if... Okay, it does make sense to mount an attack this way. I'm going to bring you into the mix, and you as well. So 6 of my divisions versus 5 of theirs. Or 5 versus 5, I should say. And that's actually not going so well. That must be... yes, that is a mountainous region. So I'm going to let them fight that out for the time being. And then up this way, oh, we have a new airfield available to us, which is great. Can I put in some close air supports? Yes, I can. They can only fit 400 there. So let's put in 400. Move that down. There, 400 out of 400. So those close air supports that I'm about to put into Siberia there are going to help us bomb these troops across the front here. Still have this strategic bomber air wing now in Ireland that's not doing anything, but that's okay. They're used for my nukes. Still showing superiority across England here, which is great. So Liverpool was nuked. They're still repairing things. Leeds as well. Yorkshire. Oh, Cardiff was one that we could nuke that we haven't nuked yet. So let's go ahead and send a nuke over to you. Come on over. Boom. Love to see that. Huge nuke there now. Yeah, and that damaged a ton of their stuff, including their naval base there. So things looking really good over there. Looking at naval capacity now, and I think it may actually be time. We've got a fleet here of 61 that's trying to repair themselves. Yeah. That's my biggest fleet there with 5 battleships. And we're still producing out those battleships whenever we can at 1.5 per year. Heavy cruisers over at 3.29 per year as well. Got this one little Hungarian division here guarding Greece back home, which is pretty good. Yeah, now we're down to the comp growth there at 45 days. And again, if this is your first time joining the series here, we're working down towards the Volkssturm and the non-discriminatory conscription there in order to get some better manpower going. Down to 64k now in manpower, so that's a little concerning, and it's got to be because of all of that attrition that was happening over here in Siberia. The field marshal here for Purple Group is telling me, hey, you guys are pretty evenly matched. Right? Yeah, looking pretty evenly matched now. We're getting attacked over here, defending with these 3 divisions, and we're going to do that successfully, which is awesome. Let's continue marching forward with this division here and continue driving him across Siberia. Maybe we can get him to mop up and start enveloping this area here. I don't really see the Axis, the other Axis divisions over here, though, helping me at all. We could mount an attack this way. That's going to show green, but only at 36 now. Hendrik Moose shot down Sunrise. Nice. I love seeing those victories for... Oh, nice. And my ace got another one. We have got a really ridiculously good ace up here in the English Channel. And you can see now, yes, they have thrown a ton of fighters and close air support and bombers actually into the English Channel now. Still scrambling fighters wherever we can, and then they take them back out of that area immediately. Interesting. So we were able to convince the Afghans to go fascist there. Which is awesome. We're still making over 1 per day. Iraq, are you possible? Let's boost our party popularity there. Turn you to the Axis. Same with Saudi Arabia. Boost party popularity there as well, as they are non-aligned currently. And so, yeah, I just want to continue, you know, changing all of these countries over to fascist if we can. Since our new invasion points are going to be on allied homelands, right? Even into South America eventually, if this series keeps going on. I think we're getting close to episode 60 now, which is pretty ridiculous. How are we doing now over here? Still need that tungsten and steel heavily. Tungsten. Yeah. buying tons from over here. Republican Spain can sell me 4, but that's not going to really be worth it. And then rubber, I've bought up all the rubber in the world that I possibly can with Brazil there. So this war drags on. We're back up to 86k now in manpower. So can we make some additional moves up here on the Eastern Front? Let's go see. This guy is still moving. That's taken him forever. Make that move. Make that move. He's about halfway there. It does take a while in Siberia. And it does look like we actually won this little battle here as well. So if we're able to surround this group of 3 divisions, we'll go in after them next. 84k now in manpower. That's great. These 2 divisions are ripe right here. Take 2 divisions in like this. You're going to show as green. I'll take one of these guys and put him in support there. So that's going to get that going nicely and headed in the right direction for us. Okay, up to 14 nukes, or about to hit that 15 mark again in nukes now. And still have good counts of fighters there across in Britain, which is good. They've moved their fighter count down now to 700. Oh god, they shoved everything into the English Channel here. Or they did. They're switching it around a little bit. The AI keeps switching it, which is ridiculous. Okay, these 400 close air supports are finally ready. Oh, you guys can't reach there? Really? Oh, man. Okay. So, that air base is basically useless, right? Can we shove them in up here anywhere? No. Can we assign them here? Yes. Okay. Let's get rid of the air wing. The distance is way too far for us. So those little close air supports that I've had in the past, not going to be close enough in this distance here to make a big difference at all. Really, with anything. Okay. We're going to send another division in like this. Boom, boom, boom. Nice. 78 now. Showing in the 80s and 90s. Fantastic. Let's take this Hungarian division in and attack, and then we'll attack from the north as well, like that. As this Colombian division sits there, or I guess it's Venezuelan, actually. The Venezuelan division is just sitting there, trying to gain some organization. We'll bring this guy in, and this guy in like this. So continuing to mount really, really productive attacks. Got my tank division up front here, so they're guarding up against that tank division because they know I'm going to pop through pretty easily if they don't. Got 3 divisions here that we could use to do something. Send you in here to this battle. We'll send the Italians in support of that attack. Nice. Up to 90, nice, up to 100k now in manpower. That's good to see, 103k, etc. The Germans still dealing with a fucking catastrophe up here in Norway. And that's because the Allies are held up in the mountains there in northern Norway. How are things going down here in Africa? We lost our ace moose. That's a bummer. Okay, looking good down here now. Taking a little bit of heat right here. That Italian division is holding up nicely, though. We were able to scooch around here into these. Nice. So we're going to combine attacks like this wherever we can. Just like that. So getting those things going as quickly as possible as we continue to drive southwards into Africa. But looks like the Brits have actually made a little bit of headway up here towards Egypt. Can we invest? Comcruff finally done. Thank God. Okay. Next, we're going to go with the Volkskrim here. 204 days. That's going to be a long-ass 204 days till we get that extra manpower. I want to start regenerating and retraining new divisions to send up here into potential invasions of UK. And we're actually showing naval supremacy in the English Channel, barely, at 51% there. Or at least of what we know, at least of what our intel can pick up. How many divisions do the Brits have left? God, like hundreds. Okay, so let's see what they've experienced 6.27 million in losses. The Germans got over 9 million there. And then us at 3 million, which was pretty tough. And then this one with China here, we've lost 47k. They've lost over 8 million men between PRC and Nationalist China put together. And, ooh, this is a little scary. I'm starting to see some British divisions now up here trying to shore up their losses. Let's continue marching with this guy forward. Give him that order. We've got probably a good-looking invasion source right here. So attack down like this. Boom, boom. That'll throw things into the 60s for us. So since we just took this back away for the Japanese, we're poking through the lines here just ever so slightly. This guy, let's make double attacks here and here. Nice. They were able to pick that one up pretty quickly. Yeah, and very slow moving now in Siberia, which makes sense. We could actually take this tank division down, mount an attack like this, and then give you some support with some infantry. Like that. I'll leave one guy behind in defense of that little pocket there. But now we're showing at green 40, which is pretty good. Green 40, gotta love that. And that's going to be moving up for us as time goes on. The the western coast of France continues to look good. Continuing to hold that away from certain invasions. And then what happened here? We actually sunk a carrier, level 4. This one we sank a battleship. And then this one we sank a... oh god. A carrier again. Damn. My naval bomber's crushing it over here. Another carrier, one sunk right there. How are things over here now? Naval supremacy 130%, 125% there, and 100% here out in the English Channel. Wait a second, though. Now we're showing as red. So as their boats continue to move in and out there, that's been a challenge for us. Let's see what the overall fighter need is now. 1.3k, jeez, guys. I just cannot produce these things fast enough. We're at 14 now per day, which is a good run rate, but, man, that rubber, the fact that we lost our rubber production really hurts as well. That hurts really bad. Yeah, can't buy anything there. Okay. I am really happy that we took Ireland, though. That's really cool. We could attack Iceland next, maybe even Greenland. I think that's the way back over to trying to attack the United States eventually. We're still looking at 179 days there now for the Volkssturm research. And let's bump this up to speed 4 here just to get that going a little faster, because there's not much going on now other than the Eastern Front and Africa. You can actually probably move in like that. You're going to show green numbers. And then we're going to support attack from around like this. And then actually move you in like that. So showing green across that front, which is great. We're going to double team these guys here and move into that territory. They've stacked up a little bit right here with 7 divisions, so I'm not going to touch that. And then this guy, he's made an even further move, so let's keep him going now. As we continue to get closer here to the coast. Japan, it would help if you could, like, fucking invade somewhere over here. That would really help. Maybe we could set up a naval invasion eventually like that. Okay, what are we looking like over this way now? Let's combine everybody into this fleet. They should be ready to go back out. Oh, they have no order. That's right. So I'm going to give you a search and destroy order for... Well, no, screw that. Not the English Channel. Search and destroy in the western approaches, the Bay of Biscay, and the Iberian coast there. Just to shore up our holdings off the coast of Europe. Portugal holding this area now. Oh, I could probably actually put some naval bombers here. The Billy Basher 2. We'll give you 200 of those. And I'm going to use them to sort of fly into the Atlantic and see if we can't sink any convoys coming over from the US or anything like that. And now, things looking pretty good back up this way still. Oh, we had a section of territory that was taken there. So we're going to take that little chunk out and redistribute our troops back along the front. So continuing to make progress, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching. Again, this has been the Billy Bob HD. Please remember to like, subscribe, and or comment if you've enjoyed my content, and we'll catch you next time.